Hey everyone, this is Seco Road, and I am out here in the desert because I can't do Periscope indoors. So thanks so much for joining me. And okay, I switch back to myself now, and I'm out here in the desert. My name is Seco Road, and I'm part of the Meditation Freedom Podcast. And I wanted to just do a quick mini meditation before it gets dark. Let me know if you can hear me. Leave me a heart or something to let me know you can hear me. Awesome, thank you. And just maybe let me know where you're from and why you're interested in meditation. So, thanks so much, Ari Jones, DC. Cool. Probably dark by now over there. Here it'll probably be dark pretty quick here. Hey Bob Evick, thanks for joining me. Stressed and have a lot happening. Yeah, that's definitely, and that's one of the reasons belly breathing is so important, because we start to breathe from our, up here. If we get really stressed and, and that when you breathe from here, it creates hyperventilation, which then further creates even more stress. And that's not good, because our body needs the oxygen and our mind needs oxygen. Thanks so much for the hearts. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining, Gavin 340. Let me know where you're from and why you're joining in. And smoke bud for meditation. Oh, so you're saying you combine the meditation with some weed? Thanks for the hearts. Hey, Qui Eddies, thanks for joining me. My name is Seco, and I am host of the Meditation Freedom Podcast. And yes, when I was younger, I did use a little bit of pot, but I found that with meditation, you can also get very relaxed, and you can get just as much, if not more, benefits if you meditate frequently and practice mindfulness. So let's see, what else was I going to say here? Yeah, so if you overload your nervous system by breathing from up here instead of breathing from your belly, and how many of you ever have that problem where you're not breathing from your belly? Just let me know. Hey, Buddha Chick, thanks for joining me. I hope you get a little bit better experience with this me. So what are you saying? You breathe from your belly, or you most of the time you breathe from your chest up here? Issues breathing? Yeah. And we're in such a hurry, our society, that really I don't think there's much emphasis on breathing from the belly at all. And maybe you can test right now where you're breathing from. If you put your hand on your stomach, you should feel it going up and down there, but if you're not feeling that, it probably means you're breathing from much higher, and that's going to be, I got you 200 not to Hey, thanks, Gavin. Come back again, or click on the replay, and thanks also for the replay listeners. You can let me know what you think too. Thanks, Fuji, for joining me. Appreciate that. And we're just talking about belly breathing and the importance of that. Thanks for following me, Gavin. Appreciate that. And, it's just super important, and there's no emphasis on breathing from the belly. And so most of us breathe shallowly. I know I learned it from my Tai Chi teacher, and thanks again. And she taught me back when I was about a teenager that my shoulders were also tense and up high. And that's just one more symptom of breathing shallowly. And so one of the things that you could do in order to breathe more relaxed and from your belly is to consciously drop the shoulders and to consciously put your hand on your belly. Hey, thanks, Bustan JR, for joining me. I'm out here in San Diego, eastern San Diego County. Where are you from? Let me know, and let me know how your breathing is. Is it shallow, or is it more from your belly? And when do you find it to be shallow? Maybe you can share that, some of you. I find that it's more likely to be shallow in my case, like if you're in a busy street or something, and there's people honking, and so then that's a cue for me to slow down and practice breathing more relaxed and from the belly. But some of us may have it when we're crossing a sidewalk, a street or something. Do you find that your breathing is more shallow? So hey, thanks to SL London for joining me, and Badger Das. We're talking about meditation, and my name is Siko Road. I'm with the Meditation Freedom Podcast. You can check it out by following me and looking on the profile. It says meditationfreedom.com, and I have a podcast, and I interview with teachers, meditation teachers, and people who have practiced. Oh, cool, Culver City. That's Nevada? I don't know. Or is that part of California too? Thanks for the hearts, by the way. I appreciate that. Oh, awesome. Yeah, what do you find? How's your breathing when you meditate? Do you find... Oh, Los Angeles. Okay, so that's right behind these mountains over here. I'm in eastern San Diego County. Hey, Wyoming. Good to have you here. I'm glad you can finally hear me, and just scoping from indoors just doesn't work. For some reason, this phone doesn't want to work inside. Hey, Subi Ziegler, thanks for joining me. Let me know where you're from and how important is breathing to you. Maybe you can talk to me or put in the chat box and let me know what your breathing is like in different situations. And do you consciously breathe from your belly, or do you find your breath more from up here, from higher up in your chest, where it's not as beneficial to your body and you're more likely to start hyperventilating? So there's a lot of reasons for your body and your nervous system to want to breathe more shallowly more deeply from your belly. Hey, Buddha Chick, are you having trouble with logging in? It looks like you've joined a couple times. So, yeah, when you're breathing shallow, you're just basically encouraging the parasympathetic system. I breathe through my belly when I meditate. I breathe slowly and deeply. Great. That's great. Now, what about when you're outside, or when you're walking down the street, or when you're talking with people? How's your breathing then? That's really what I'm talking about here, is trying to cultivate, especially when you're meditating, you want to learn to breathe deeply, but then you want to try to keep maintaining that even when you're out walking, or in meetings, or at work, or in stressful situations. That's when it really comes in handy, because then your body's not in a fight, flight, or freeze mode in the mind, and that's of course less pleasant, less healthy too. Hey, Leanne McLaren, thanks for joining me. We're talking about breathing from the belly, and let me know when you feel when your breathing is shallow or when it's deep. And again, when your breathing is shallow, it's somewhere up here, and when it's relaxed and beneficial, breath is more from your belly down below. So yeah, let me know where you're from too, if you just joined in. And so, what I'll do right now is just do a quick mini meditation, because breathing, just even taking a small break every couple hours, even if it's just a minute, to bring your breathing back down to your belly, is super beneficial. So we should practice here, and I have an app here that I use. The Zazen meditation timer is what I use. It's an app. You can get that online, and I bought the app from somebody who developed it, and hopefully at some point I can invest some more into it and make it even better. But you can have a little timer here, and maybe I'll turn it around and let you see it. But there's a mindfulness bell option there, and that is just a little bell that rings every hour or every half hour whenever you set it. And if you have a stressful day, you might want to set it more frequently than if your day is going really well, because on a stressful day you want to like consciously and intentionally be reminded to take a deep breath. So how many of you do that? How many of you take deep breaths or take a little mini break? Let me know. Leave me a heart or put a couple of hearts or put a in the chat window, because that's interesting to know for me. And let me turn the screen around. Hey, Astar Seeds Life. So how do you do it? Do you take a break? Do you set a timer? I have a YouTube video as well that is 8 hours long that I created, and then I rang the bell every half hour in it. And that's another way to do it. Yeah, it is precious. So, see here, I can set it on the mindfulness bell and to play it every 30 minutes or specific times or randomly. And it's just a way to remind you to settle a little bit, because it's just so easy to get lost. Hey, Snow Turtle, thanks for joining me. My name is Seeker Road with the Meditation Freedom Podcast, and I'm talking about taking some deep breaths. Energy work on yourself for three times a day. How does that work? Hey, Shop Le Monsieur, thanks for joining again. I appreciate that. Oh, your name is Precious. Oh, cool. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, so what I do is I just do like every half hour or every hour. Most days are fine, so I do it maybe just once an hour. And so then you turn it on. But for now, I'll just do it for 1 minute, just so you can get a sense and take a breath with me. Just listen to the desert here. I'll point the camera around the desert here, and you can just enjoy that. So I'll just do like a 1 minute, and I'll do 2 minutes. And it'll start with a bell, and it'll end with a bell. And just while it's quiet, and you just listen to the desert, just if you don't normally breathe from your belly, just put your hand on your belly and notice that it is rising and falling. Hey, Body, thanks for joining. Oh, so the name of the app is the Zazen Sweet Meditation Timer. And you can also use my name, Sika Road, to find it as well. It's both in the Android and the iTunes App Store. And it's just a very simple app. It's nothing fancy, but you can. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start it, and just have a couple minutes there, and just take your breath and let it sink down into your belly, into your diaphragm. They call it diaphragmatic breathing also. And it's just super healthy. And if you can do that consciously for, say, 10 breaths, 20 breaths, that's great. And then if your mind starts wandering, that's okay. Just bring it back and congratulate yourself that you brought it back. Okay, that's an advertisement. This is the free app, but the paid version doesn't have ads. So I'll go ahead and start it, and just bring your breath down and let me know how it goes. Just type in the chat if you're having any questions about it. So let me start it. right, that's it. That's 2 minutes. Did any of you, were you able to take a deep breath? Thanks so much for sticking around. This is one of my favorite things to do. Definitely, says Buddha Chick. Awesome. Yeah, I just like to go out usually every night and take a walk, which is also, of course, beneficial. And then sit down for a few minutes out here in the desert. Feels amazing, yeah. See, it slowed me down too. It's just it slowed my my breathing down as well. So yeah, this is great. And breathing fully and deeply is a huge gift you can give your body and your mind. So I can't imagine we can't do it enough of it. We have to do it as much as possible. And you know, people who say, well, that's not productive. That's my other phone. It's dying. But folks who say it's not productive, even that's totally incorrect, because if they understood that deep breathing oxygenates your whole body and your mind, then it rejuvenates and kind of reboots your system a little bit. Then they'd realize it makes your productivity better, and it just improves creativity and all kinds of brain functions, and is good for your body and your brain. So, one of the things I do is connection to source. Yeah, exactly. It keeps you in touch with the life force energy, as I forgot your name. As you say, as star seeds life. It keeps you in touch with and more connected, I would say more intimate also with the world around you. Your thoughts, the cloud. There's different ways to say that. The mind cloud, or the clouds of your thoughts, the constant barrage of thoughts, the lists in our minds. It slows that down. Precious, yes. Thank you for reminding me. And my name is Siko, by the way, which most people also don't remember my name. But yeah, your thoughts, the constant thinking is one of the things that, thanks for the hearts too, is one of the things that you can slow down and settle a little bit if you sit down and relax and just settle your breath. So in a way, literally, you're settling your breath lower instead of breathing from much higher. So that's, if you can settle your breath, then you can also settle your thoughts. And so in a way, it's like the oft-used analogy of the glass of water that's all murky, and by just sitting that glass down and letting the muck sink to the bottom. That's what we're doing with our breathing as well, and meditation is like that. The function of that is to just settle and to relax, get in touch with your body, and let the crazy thoughts, just let them go like clouds in the sky, basically. And some days our minds are very cloudy, and then other days, like today, right here, out here in the desert, we had thunderstorms, and there was lots of clouds. But look at it now, there's no clouds left. Yeah, well, it's a very frequently used analogy. But like here in the desert, just the clouds just went, and there's no need to attach to them. They come and they go. We just sit with open hands and open hearts and accept them as they are. But the good part with meditation is that you can see them as stories oftentimes, and that you don't have to get attached to them. And if we don't meditate and we get very attached to the stories, then that creates a lot of emotional turmoil too. And so that's another nice thing about meditation. So let me see if I got anything else here. Yeah, so reducing stress and muscle tension, and it just encourages positive emotions too. You feel better, and your face too. Just in 1 minute. I don't know about you. let me know how you do it. Do you close your eyes when you take 10 breaths or 20 breaths? If you're in the office, like when I used to work in the office and you're staring at a computer screen all day, I close my eyes because then my eyes get a break too. And then you open your eyes again and everything is fresh, and it's like even your eyes got a nice break, and that feels great too. So yeah, closing my eyes I do a lot. Now in the mornings when I meditate, or at night, I usually leave my eyes open, but I don't open them super wide. Buddha Chick says, yes, I do close eyes. Thank you. Glad I found Periscope. Beautiful scenery. Thank you. Yeah, this is a state park, and it's the second largest state park in the United States, and it's the largest in California. There are national parks that are bigger, but this is like the second largest state park in the U.S. And we live in a little town here. I work at a University of Irvine Research Center, and so I'm very, very fortunate to be able to work here. It's a beautiful place. So yeah, anybody have any other comments? Let me know. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, breathing. And yesterday I wanted to talk about gratitude, but I think that whole scope got messed up. So I'll have to repeat that again, or do it again. So thanks so much for joining. I'm going to hang up pretty quick here. I'm so glad scope worked out. Yeah, why not now? Okay, yeah, we can talk a little bit. Sure. I'll say a little bit about gratitude, and then we can just do it again tomorrow, because the one thing, like you go ahead and you tell your one thing, put it in the chat, since I didn't get to see it yesterday. But I do gratitude very often, and I do it even more often if there's a lot of stress or turmoil. And so that's like my cue. If there's any kind of stress or turmoil, even in the middle of the day, I'll stop and I'll say, okay, now think of 5 things I'm grateful for in this moment, and it just pops in my head. I'm grateful that the sky is blue. I'm grateful that I was able to drink fresh water. I'm grateful that there's a moon out here. Here, let me show you. Switch the screen here. I'm grateful for the moon, and grateful for the mountains. I'm grateful for, so the thing you're grateful for, Precious, is water, hygiene, cool with. Yeah, that's great. Cooking with. Exactly. Life itself. Do a gratitude journal. That's an excellent way to do it. The way I do it is, besides what I just said, just doing it on the spot in my mind, is I also do it in a Google Doc. No, wait, I do it in my Google Calendar. And because I have a calendar, and I just put, recurring events, and in the morning it's between, 7 and 8. After I've done my meditation, walk the dogs and everything, I have a little item that says gratitude. So then I click on that, I click on edit, and I type in 10 things, or 20, or 30, if I really feel like I should be even more grateful. Like if, for example, if I'm in an unappreciative mood, that's a great time to write some stuff down. So yeah, for you it might work with a notebook or a journal, and in my case I like to do it on Google Docs, because then I can come back. It's part of Google Docs in a way, Google Calendar, because you can do a search for it later, and you can, for some reason, if you wanted to see what you were grateful for, a year ago, you can go back to that exact date and see what you were grateful for. So I like being able to track those things. But yeah, there's tons of ways to do it. But yeah, maybe I'll do it again tomorrow or the day after, and I'll do a little. We talk a little bit more about it too, and get some more people to share what they're grateful for, because that's the most fun part, is to get everyone type in what they're grateful for, because that's another way to instantly elevate your mood and basically make the ego and the me want much smaller, and just be appreciative of what there is, and shift the attention away from what is not there to what is there, which is way more than usually what we get upset about. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this little Scopecast, and I'm gonna do a little more walking, and then I'll head back before it's too dark and I step on a snake or something. So thanks so much for joining me, Buddha Chick and Precious, and I will see you pretty soon. And oh, by the way, just follow me. Just click on my icon and click follow. And I'm also archiving these things on Catch now, and they're tweeted out. So if you know anybody who might enjoy this, just retweet it or send it to them if you don't mind. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of the evening, and hope to see you again. Talk to you soon. Bye.